Hidden Object Guru here, joined by...
The Gun Wrangler.
We were a little delayed through circumstances and happenstances, but we're
Plus
back
processing
now.
time.
Oh, don't forget about the processing time. Never forget about the processing. But we're back now, and we are excited because we're going to talk about one of the most consequential season enders I've ever seen. This can be once again, their season enders are best watched as 2-hour movies. Their season half enders are the same way. I think that's just the nature of the show. But oh golly, does this show really respond to taking it all in a big just gulp? Whew.
Yeah.
That was where the hell is the incinerator? Oh,
I
here
can't
it is.
see
No,
it.
That's the bucket.
This is the bin dispenser.
Yeah, we probably should have figured out where the incinerator was before we started cleaning. But
found
anyway. Okay, good. So we were going to be saving Travelers till next week, where we're going to be watching the next 3 episodes of Travelers. But for right now, it's just, oh my god, did we see one hell of 2 episodes of television. So let's get to it. Fill us in on where we start, would you, GW?
All right. So when we last left the crew of the Rosie, we were dealing with terrorism. We had Clarissa Mao, aka Peaches, who had been trying to kill James Holden as he and a combined OPA, MCRN, and Earth Alliance flotilla approached the ring, which was the end result of the protomolecules building process on Eros. Now, Clarissa Mao hates Jim Holden for various reasons.
Well, no, really just the one reason: destroying her family's, her family's legacy and ruining her father's life.
And her life.
And her life. But yes, and let's not forget that he accomplished that by publicly telling everyone what her father did. It's not like she has an ethical leg to stand on. Her father was the worst guy.
Yes, also, but by that same token, she wasn't like, oh yeah, I'm all about that protomolecule. No,
That's
she
true.
was.
No, she wasn't.
She was this dilettante who's desperate. She has.
No, she wasn't a dilettante. She was a socialite.
Oh, yes. That's
Which is
quite an improvement.
It is a slightly different thing. She was a member of society who threw parties and did events and raised funds for things. She was a socialite, and that all went away when her sister made the protomolecule public.
Well, not so much her sister, but
yeah, well,
she's had chronic daddy issues for.
Oh my God, does she ever?
Oh man.
Oh God, and just that heartbreaking scene where it's like, oh, Jules Pierre, always choosing the bad daughter over the good daughter.
Yep.
It felt so true, and you felt so sad for this horrible, horrible villain. Which, good work,
she's
Joe.
Not really a horrible... Well, she is kind of a horrible person.
She is a horrible person. She does the right thing, but you know what? We'll get there. Yes, everyone has been caught in the slow field. Everyone has just been killed, and in the most beautiful example of cooperation we have yet seen on the show, the OPA has taken everybody on board the Nauvoo, which is the Mormon ship, which is the only ship they have that has its own artificial gravity. So now everyone is locked in one place, and they've all got to work together and figure out how to deal with the ring. And, is this where it gets good? So yeah, this episode, we find out what James knows, which is that the ring, which I at first, you'll remember, thought was probably a Stargate, has the ability to turn into a planet-destroying electric railgun. Which is a pretty scary idea. It can draw energy from somewhere. Sorry, not planet-destroying, star-destroying. It can draw energy from somewhere with the capability of wiping out a star by causing it to go nova. And it could do that at any time.
Yeah.
And it's not clear where that energy comes from. I don't pretend to understand the science, but they now have that hanging over their head. He has told that to everyone, and David Strathairn is, as you can imagine, very concerned about that possibility. And over the course of episode 12, he gets Earth and Mars on board the prospect of trying to blow up the ring.
Yeah, I kind of feel like it's not even a matter of blowing up the ring.
Yeah.
Because, as we've seen, this is technology so advanced it might as well be magic.
Yes, it is monstrously powerful. Like they stare at this thing and they have no idea what's going on. Like they have no idea what's causing this to happen. You saw how the ship ate that Martian Marine.
Yeah.
That was a pretty scary bit of tech they were working with there. That was a pretty beautiful sequence, actually, even while it was, like, obviously horrific to watch, but just beautiful conceptually.
I have to say, this show does do gore very well.
Oh, well, no. I mean, all of their gore has been great, but no piece of gore has been better than the first guy running into the slow field.
Oh, yeah. That was, like, you could just see, like, the flesh came right off his fingers. I'm like, wow, that is...
Every part of him flew forward.
Yep.
Oh, in order of density. So the skin and the blood went first, and then the bone shattered, and he just became a liquid, basically.
Yes, this is what happens when people change states.
Oh my god, yeah, that's an image that will stick with you. That is definitely an image that will stick with you. Yeah, but still a beautiful scene. Whoa, yeah. Being on the not local side is doing some interesting things as I try to put corpse pieces in these containers.
But anyways, buckets.
Oh yeah. It's oof. It's a very intense bit of gore that we loved, but it led us to understanding what David Strathairn points out is like, yeah, they ate a guy and they slowed us all down, but it was the core, the nucleus was in fact damaged by the grenade. So again, his logic is Predator style. If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yes.
And he's like, all we have to do is put together enough energy to cut a hole in the side of this thing. We'll destroy its connection to Earth, and if we destroy its connection to Earth, we'll be trapped here in null space forever, but at least Earth won't get blown up, which I believe Holden when he tells us that it's capable of doing.
Well, they've also seen proof of the fact that, yeah, it
can do whatever it wants.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and they do have a nice time limit on it, which they are told in 7 minutes. Sorry, in 7 hours.
7 hours, yeah.
It will have reached the point where the Gauss cannon is powered up, and it can blow up the sun whenever it feels like it. So they are dealing with a timeline as well. Which,
I mean, it's different
it's a nice
than the book.
Clock to put it. Oh, what's the difference in the book?
It's mostly political.
Oh, okay.
In the book, it's much more focused on the relationship between Ashford and Drummer.
Okay. And the debate about getting everybody on side and what they should do. So that doesn't have this clear time limit thing we've got to deal with.
It might. It's been some time since I read this particular book.
The focus is more on the politics within the OPA and...
Yeah, because the OPA basically, like usual, screw everything up in the books.
No, it's clearly more of a theme in the book from what you've told me than it is in the show. They're much more rational actors in the show than in the book, is the sense I'm getting.
In the books, it's much more clear that the OPA isn't
a
homogeneous.
monolithic thing, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is just the IRA, as you've pointed out the comparison earlier. It's just these 80 different factions all scrabbling to be the one in charge.
Yeah.
Which is very boss. And it's very, like, it's such a great idea. And I'm excited to get to the books once I get, desperate for more Expanse, which is going to happen after this season.
I think it's already pretty much happened.
Oh my god! But you know what? We'll get there. But yeah, but the weird part is, I like that, like, we know, so the credit I gave for the first 2 seasons, right? And, that is not reflected in the season ender, right?
Yeah.
Which is how I've always described is the show is impossible moral decision, the show. Because they're constantly put in these horrible situations where they have to make impossible lesser of 2 evil situations, and they have to do something horrible to keep something even worse from happening, right? And that has been the theme of the show for the entirety of the show. The season ender is not about that. The season ender is fundamentally, do you trust Holden's visions, right? And of course we do. Of course we do. Of course we trust Holden's visions. Do you trust them or don't you? Oh, god damn bucket. Right, do you trust them or don't you? And then it becomes a situation where everyone is acting on the best information they have. And it's people coming to a conclusion based on the best information they have. It's not that David Strathairn is wrong. He's just operating without a full set of information. He's not trusting the information he's been given. And he's going to, as our pastor says, he is doing the human thing of first trying to use violence against the thing he doesn't understand.
Well, I find Ashford's logic kind of faulty because essentially what he does is he says, okay, I have this magic thing.
Yeah. Which is a good way to describe it.
Yes. And as such, I know it can destroy us.
Yeah.
I feel that this is an important piece of knowledge.
Yeah.
However, despite all evidence to show that this proto-molecule material is super, super resilient.
Yeah.
To everything. You know what I'm going to do? I feel like it's incumbent on me to try and destroy it anyways with improvised laser Mark II.
No. And he's not operating, but he literally, and you understand where the character is coming from, he literally thinks destroying it is their only play. Because of what he heard from Holden, and because of the way it's powering up. Again, I'm not speaking to the book, I'm not speaking to the politics, I'm just saying, you understand why he thinks that it is powering up to blow up the sun. He thinks that at the end of 7 hours, this thing is going to blow up the sun, and he has a good reason for thinking that. Like, that's not coming from nowhere.
Yeah, because it's been super destructive thus far.
At every opportunity, it has been super destructive. So, it ate, it ate all of the people of Eros. It ate a good portion of Venus. Like, you understand where he's coming from. He has a reason to be gun-shy when dealing with this thing. And, yeah, it's the wrong choice. But hell, even Holden doesn't become 100% sure it's not going to blow up the sun until this episode.
I think the issue would be more my personal issues, besides previous history with Ashford.
Of course.
Is that essentially it's like, okay, I'm a monkey. I found a Tesla Roadster. It's making some weird noises, and it's kind of upsetting me.
Yeah. And
why do I think that hitting it with a rock is going to make the noises stop?
Well, you are leaving. I know. Historically, yeah. But first off, hitting with a rock might. Hitting with a stick wouldn't. So stick is better for your analogy. But you're leaving out the part where the Tesla Roadster made itself known by running over the rest of your tribe of monkeys. Like, that is the part of the analogy. It's not like It's not like he defaulted to attack. It has done some shady stuff since it came on board. And that's the key. And you're right that it's foolish for him to think that he can destroy it. That is absolutely foolish, but he thinks he's under attack. And that is what Holden is trying to say to people, and that's what the scientist tries to say, and even the reporter. Sorry, not the scientist. The pastor tries to, and even the reporter gets on board. We get another, by the way, another classic Amos moment.
Could you be more specific?
No, we get our classic Amos moment when they run into the reporter, and he's like, and she tells him that the cameraman was cut in half when he got hit by the stop, and he's like, I know you want me to feel bad about that, but I can't. So can we just move on? Like,
yes.
Like, Amos, you're the best, and you will always be the best.
Yes.
But yeah, you know, but that's not the right tactic in this situation, Amos. So it takes the pastor being like, we can save everyone's lives if you just do what he says. Yeah, start with that next time.
Yes, it's true.
Like,
Amos is my spirit animal.
He's so good. You don't stop trying to make me feel guilty. I'm never going to. Oh, we love you so much, Amos.
Yeah,
and
he's
not going to stop.
He is absolutely my favorite character.
Oh, no,
in the books, on the show, he's
the best. Like, he really is the best. Like, oh my god, I just realized that I'm picking up a body bag with an alien corpse in it.
Yes.
This game is wonderfully messed up. I don't even know if I can get this into the incinerator.
I fit in like 6 or 7 already.
No, but this one's much bigger than the white ones. I'm picking up the orange one, see? Oh no, you're right, they're all the same size. Okay, I was wrong. Yeah, I thought the green one was bigger, but it's not.
See? There.
Yeah,
done.
you got it. All right. You know what? I'm going to blame this on a server side issue, and because you have the server, I'm going to let you handle the body bags.
Okay. But
no, Amos is just, again, every season ender, I guess, or half season ender, we get one of these classic Amos moments. And last time it was the look on his face when he says that Amos is his best friend. Like, oh, it's so
just breaks your heart.
It does, yes. And then he immediately shoots the doctor. Shoots the doctor 2 minutes later.
Well, the thing is with that, he's like, I know this would damage you.
Yeah.
Beyond words, Prax.
So I'll take care of it. I'll take care of it because you're my best friend in the world.
Also because it does not affect me in the least.
Doesn't bother him in the least, yeah. I'll take the hit, it's fine.
It's not even a hit, it's like...
Yeah, no, it doesn't matter to him that he shoots the guy. It literally could not matter less, you're right. Like,
yeah.
It means not, like, pulling that trigger means the same to him as not pulling that trigger. Like...
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't affect him at all.
My analogy would be, it's like, you know, the trash stinks.
Yeah.
So I got this.
Yeah, I got this. Because it's not even killing a bug. It's so much less than that.
It's substantially less, yes.
Than killing a bug. So yeah, it's a beautiful scene, and one of our great, just perfect Amos scenes, which we get a lot of, and we got another one of them this time. But yeah, I don't know where they found this guy who's playing Amos, but he's fantastic.
Oh, he's in Escape Plan 2.
Oh, he is?
Yes.
Well, now we're watching Escape Plan 2 for the show.
Oh man, do I have to watch Escape Plan 2?
Okay, maybe I'll put it on the AVOD instead, but it's just
you should, because
I'll put it because it's crazy, or
it's the Escape Plan.
I know.
Like, it's like, why don't you want to watch The Fast and the Furious? Because it's The Fast and the Furious.
I know. Although I will never miss a Fast and the Furious movie, for the record. But that's beside the point. So then we get to the meat of this episode, which is
the mutiny.
A series of gunfights and a mutiny. And, and it's tense. Oh my god, is it tense. And the thing is, I mean, I know how it's going to turn out, you know? Intellectually, I know how it's going to turn out. But it is, they build this tension so beautifully. And is there a TV show better shot than The Expanse?
If there is, I haven't found it.
I mean, that scene where the camera like swoops down through the thing and follows Naomi and Holden as they're walking down the hallway, and the camera's just hovering around them all in one shot. I'm like, that shot alone is one of the most beautiful things I've seen.
Yeah, I know.
So gorgeously handled. And it's just like, and it's just one shot in a show that always handles this stuff perfectly. I mean, yeah, you saw their budget being cut in the outer space stuff in the second half of this season. You really did. But they have not skimped at all when it comes to how they're filming the zero gravity stuff this year.
Yeah.
It was amazing. Like, all of the zero gravity in the ship stuff just looked gorgeous this year.
Even that lame elevator scene.
I know. Oh, even that looked great.
Yeah.
It did.
I mean, it did also reinforce my hatred of Diogo.
Really?
Yes. We're not done with him, by the way.
Oh, I didn't think we were.
Ugh.
I know.
But the best
So
part
frustrating. Yeah?
there's good news.
Oh. All right, is this good news you can tell me without spoiling stuff that's too huge, or?
Yeah, it's clear at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Bobby. We got
Oh
Bobby.
my god! I have been chills. Honestly, chills. Just chills. I have not been... Well, first off, you know she's done with Mars. Because Alex shows up, and she shoots one of her own people. And she has a moment.
She doesn't shoot one of her own people.
Well, no. Well, she does in the fist fight. She has the fist fight with her other... Oh, no, she just puts her down. Yes, she doesn't shoot her.
Yeah.
But Amos shoots her friend.
Beating one of your coworkers into
submission. And then Amos shoots her other coworker in the head.
Yeah.
Oh, like, there's no going back. But even though I knew there was no going back, I'm like, she could always go work for Arsavala. But no, seeing her get belted in next to Alex made me so happy. Because I know this has been coming for a season and a half now, but damn, it was so satisfying. Like, what a moment.
I don't know. I still really ship her and
Amos. Yeah.
Yes.
I get why. I totally get why. And even though you've told me it ain't gonna happen, I get why you do it. Oh, they would make such a cute couple.
I know.
Oh, and God. But yeah, that, like,
and if you read the books, or sorry, one of the novellas,
yeah,
you'll see that Frankie's behavior is there's a lot of crossover. Let's put it like that.
Okay. All right. I was still disappointed. I mean, I'll cop to this. I'm still super disappointed that we didn't get any Arasvala this half season at all.
I know.
Like, we just, like, she showed up in the first episode to say, we're sending people to the ring, and not again for the next 7 episodes. No, 6 episodes.
She's in the last part just looking somber and not
saying
anything.
When she gets one shot looking somberly at a digital readout of the Stargates, no, that's not the same as her being there, which she has been for, the rest of the show. So I will still cop to being disappointed at that, but that's the only real disappointing thing I had in this episode.
Well, she doesn't really...
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. She doesn't really interact with anyone in that.
She doesn't... I know that it would be... Like, all we would do is we, like, cut back to watching her sitting at her desk saying, damn it, I want to know what's going on!
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
And you don't really need that. And I get that you don't really need that, but I miss her. She's such an integral part of what makes the show work that I miss her when she's not around,
I know. She's just so good.
Oh, God. And as you told me, and it's like... You told me she's perfect casting, so I am psyched to see her in the books. But, no, it's like, it's one of these things where I'm going to bring, I think on a certain level, I'm going to bring the cast of the show with me when I read the books. It's just going to happen. Like, I can't make that not happen. Like, with Game of Thrones, you can easily make that not happen. Like when you read the books, you largely don't picture those people at all. Right? But with this show, I feel like I'm going to be bringing the cast with me. And if not all of them, I feel like I'm definitely going to be bringing her with me because of you priming me with the message that she is perfect casting.
Did you have to ruin everything?
I know. I hit it with a mop and it exploded. I apologize.
Yeah, it's just I find well, first of all, she's phenomenally well cast
Yeah.
for specifically for
Like, it's a great part.
yes. For that
And
specific part, she's enormously well cast, just
Yeah.
like Amos.
Yeah.
Amos is
Perfectly
also
cast for that part.
Naomi, I still maintain is a little bitch. I just
You're never going to let it go. And that's fine. That is
like
100% fine.
I understand that she's like Holden's waifu, but I'm just
Yeah. I know.
did you?
It's
I
frustrating.
forget. On the show, did we ever find out why exactly she left the OPA?
Nope. No, that was just you telling me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like yeah, I blew up a jumbo jet. Whatever, it's all good, right?
I know. Like, I get why, and that makes it so you can't forgive her in a way that it doesn't, I don't have that same connection.
Yeah.
But I do understand, I mean, you told me that, and I don't feel it the same way that I will when I read the book, so I'm more on board with the character than you are. But even I understand your objections to how the character behaves.
Like,
But the family's
she's
back together now, you know,
Eh,
basically.
not quite.
No.
The next
quite.
season, I can guarantee you, will blow
Yeah.
your fucking mind.
All right, well, don't say a word, and that's what we're going to get to in a minute, but
Yes.
we're not there yet. But yeah, just to the tension of those. I mean, you can say, "Oh, it's a hallway gunfight." I've seen plenty of hallway gunfights before. I've seen plenty of people shooting each other and blah blah. But you know what? There was an unparalleled amount of tension going into that sequence. Like, the way they managed, and it's all the editor. I want to tip my cap to the editor. The way they cut between the prep in the command room, the gunfighting, the Holden and Naomi getting chased, and every time the pastor flinches as a bullet comes ever closer to getting. Like, that was some beautiful pacing and some beautiful editing.
Oh, absolutely. Like, this show is the new B5. Period.
Yeah, no, it is. It 100% is. And you know my feelings about Babylon 5, you know. It's
We
like,
our feelings are very similar.
They're matched. Like, it is just, I mean, it has so many just perfect episodes, you know. And this show has had an incredible number of those as well, but beyond that, it's the character work that sets this apart. It's their willingness to make David Strathairn, to give him a good reason for all of this. You know, he could be a villain. He executes one of his own men.
He's a pirate.
You know? He's a pirate, and he executes one of his own men for saying, maybe we should listen to Holden. And he's like, this is not the time. And he's like, he's not confine yourself to quarters. He's not get off the bridge. He's shoot the guy in the chest and let his body hang there. Whew.
Well, again, pirate.
Oh, no.
Discipline, there's like not that much discipline involved in being a pirate.
Yeah, but here's what I love about that scene. And here's what I love about his performance, and here's what I love about the editing. And honestly, all the performances in that scene. The look on his face when he realizes what he just did in front of a Martian and a Terran.
Yeah, he's like, oh, wait.
Oh, wait. I may
This
have
would've
just
flown.
lost the room!
Yeah.
Like,
See,
Fred Johnson's kicking people out of airlocks, you know? And that's the
but that's in
world
front
he's
of-
from. Yeah, that's in front
that's-
of the other guys.
yeah, there's a big difference between I'm with my OPA homies who are
Yeah.
barely civilized.
And doing that in front of Martians and Terrans. And you can see it on his face. And again, that's why David Strathairn's such a good actor. And that's why everybody in that scene does such a good job. Because they're on board with him. And then he shoots his own person. And they're like, I don't want to get shot, but I'm not sure we're 100% on board with this guy anymore.
No, it's that moment where they're like, you know what? Maybe we did back the wrong horse on this one.
Yep. Oh, God. And to have Clarissa Mao. I mean, you knew she was going to do a face turn when you see her there listening to Holden. And when you see her being like, "Oh, he's not what I thought he was." And the second she allows doubt into her mind, she realizes she's the bad guy. Because she was a fanatic up until that moment. And it's not that, I don't know that she's convinced by hearing Holden talking to Joe Miller, but she's convinced by her own conscience. That moment lets her doubt that she's on the right side of this. It lets her doubt, the moral purity of her revenge. And the minute she does that, she's like, "Oh right, I killed that guy. Oh right, I killed that friend of my sister's."
Oh yeah, and then I killed like 700 other people.
I know, exactly. Oh yeah, I blew up a shit. Right? She figures out that she's the bad guy in that moment, because the second she has a second thought about James Holden, she has to look at herself, and it's looking at herself that does it, and that's what I liked about her. And again, it's a great performance from that actress. It's a great performance from her in that scene, because it's her looking at her in the mirror. Like, it's her forced to look at herself that undoes everything. And it lets her end. What I really loved was her, he's like, "Oh, right, you hated James Holden, right?" And she's like, "Yep, I hated James Holden. All right, well, I'll take your restraints off then."
I don't know.
Such a crucial mistake.
I think that this show is just the best if not the best sci-fi we've seen
since Deep Space Nine went off the air.
Yeah, like every episode of The Expanse we watch, it edges closer to DS9.
Yeah, it really does. And I gotta say, a lot of people liked Battlestar, right? And
before it went off the rails.
Well, no, and Battlestar is a show that had so many great episodes and did so many interesting things with the politics of that world and with the characters of that world. And then at a certain point, they realized they had no idea where they're going. We don't know what we're doing, and it all fell apart. But knowing that this is a show doing that level of character work, and they're confident about where they're going, whew. Yeah, that's something else.
Yeah.
Because at its best, Battlestar was doing, and this is at its best, okay, somebody went nuts with the laser.
I have no idea who that was.
What did you gib? Like, what have you turned into all of these gibs?
Mostly body bags.
Oh, you didn't want to carry all the body bags around, so you turned them into bite-sized carryables?
Yes.
Well, bravo.
Less awkward carryables.
No, but it's like, at its best, at its best, Battlestar was doing Deep Space Nine, Babylon 5 level character work. But because they didn't know what they were doing in a story, it wasn't leading to anything, and it all fell apart.
Yeah.
Right? It all fell apart unbelievably dramatically. Like, with the kind of flame out that is rare to see ever.
Well, there's also the fact that, it did have the worst character in sci-fi, like TV sci-fi.
Considered to be the worst character in sci-fi history.
I easily Starbuck.
She is terrible. And then she came back as an angel after getting killed.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, she was pretty bad. She was pretty bad. Oh, to a what the hell were they thinking kind of level, she was that bad.
Well, she's literally the best at everything ever.
I know.
Could you come and let me out?
Oh,
I'm kind of trapped.
Where are you? Where are you?
I'm in the incinerator room.
Did you get... Oh, come on! How do I turn it off?
You need to bring it down.
Oh, I just have to pick it up, right? Oh, you can't pick it up when it's moving? I don't know how to bring it down. There's no second set of controls at the bottom.
There is, but it's on the other side.
Facing the wall?
Yep.
You're kidding me. Oh, I see it. So, theoretically, I should be able to... Wait, maybe if I duck? Is there a duck button? There's no duck button in this game?
Nope.
I really thought there was a duck button in this game. Wait, let me just jump into the gap and see if I can... No, it's just not happening. It keeps trying to make me pick it up. And I can't like, move it. Wait! Can I blow it up with the laser rifle?
Try it.
Where's the laser rifle?
If not, just kill me with the laser rifle.
Oh, I forgot I could do that. Yes, I'll kill you with the laser rifle. Any idea where you left it? Oh, there it is. I got it.
Yep, it's around. But anyways.
All right, so where were... Yeah, no, Starbuck was terrible. She always was terrible. She was one... You know what, I'll just... I'll try blowing it up. I don't think it's going to work.
Nope.
No, all right, you're going down.
I'll die as I live.
Surrounded by flames. Can this not kill you? I am surprised that this can't kill you. That is a twist I didn't see coming. Yes! Come on out.
Now we need to figure out a way to get up there and clean
No,
up.
we're never. No, we can just put them. We'll throw some boxes together. It's fine. We got this. I can't believe that worked. All right, but anyway. No, yeah, Starbuck was the worst. You're absolutely right, and just terrible. Especially when you compare it to like the great characters of the other two shows, or even this show. Like, yeah, she was the worst. She was always the worst. But yeah, this... All right, so now we've talked about how great it is, these episodes are. We've put it into context with the greatest shows of all time. The greatest sci-fi of all time, where it could get in the next couple of seasons. I think it could easily get there in the next couple of seasons. It's not there yet, you know, but...
It's
we have
rapidly approaching.
It is. Well, and here's the big issue, and this is what I want to say, right? And this is what fascinates me. I am very intrigued by the politics of next year, and I'll tell you why. And it's that there aren't that many Belters, and there aren't that many Martians, but there are friggin' 20 billion Terrans.
Yep.
So Mars, which they have their own planet, they have their own culture, they have their own thing. What happens? And the Belters, they got their own area, they got their own culture, they got their own thing. What exactly happens when Earthicans say, "Oh, by the way, so there's 14,000, more than there's 14,000 gates." Or was it 1,400 or 14,000 gates? I've already forgotten.
1,400, I believe.
There's 1,400 gates with who the hell knows how many thousand habitable planets on the other side of those gates, right?
Yep.
Many thousands of habitable planets. And Earth is going to say, on one level reasonably, we're the ones with the huge overpopulation problem. Obviously, we should be the ones colonizing those planets. Like, you get why they would say that. But how does this culture that is frigging can make its own argument to being culturally equal to Earth? Oh, so there are no Martian planets? There are no Martian systems? What happens when the Belters want their own systems? Like, just because there's that many more humans on Earth, they get to decide they're going to be the ones deciding to terraform and colonize the most number of planets? Because that's going to be their argument, and I can't wait to see how that plays out.
I actually already know how it plays out.
Well, of course you know how it plays out, but I'm saying, you want to know what my prediction is for next season? It is the politics of that. Like, that has to be a giant theme next year.
I can't say anything.
No, you can't. All right, don't say a thing. Don't say a thing. Just keep it to yourself. But now, honestly, I wondered when you told me that the series can go generational. I wondered how it could. The fact that it is a Stargate shows me how it can go generational. Like,
oh no, they're just writing, like, they're at the point. I actually haven't finished the book, because the latest book, Conceptless
where
Rising.
They're ready to go there.
Yeah, so I'm not actually. I'm good for the next 4 seasons of TV.
But beyond that, who knows?
Oh, and did you hear there's a new announcement?
No. Oh, yeah, you were going to tell me this big announcement that's going to make me super happy.
I suspect they are going to be making TV movies about the novellas.
What? So we're going to get the Amos one you've been telling me about. We're going to get the Fred Johnson one, maybe.
This is just my suspicion.
Okay, what was the
But
announcement?
there was basically a blank site that went up. Here, let me see if I can find it real quick.
Okay.
It went up on Twitter. And basically, it's
It's a placeholder.
it's Expanse following. Okay, because I'm crazy and obsessive.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You want to get the news first. I get news about the Friday the 13th video game. You get news about the Expanse. It's fine.
Yep.
God damn. Severed legs in the bucket dispenser. I will never stop being annoyed by that.
Never stop being bitter.
No, and if it was like 2% of the time, but it's 10% of the time.
Okay. There's a million gifts.
Okay.
Where is it?
You can give me the gist of it if you can't find it. I don't mind.
Here. Let's try the Expanse writers.
Okay. Yeah, because you know what? Get me the link later, and I'll put it in the show notes below the video.
Yes. Basically,
There was a placeholder website set up
yes.
to do what? What was the name of it? What was the content? What makes you think they're doing the...
No, it's a total placeholder. It's just,
Okay.
you know,
I mean, is the name of it what made you think that's what they're doing? Like, what made you think they're doing that?
it's just, call it gut instinct. There was...
Gut instinct. Okay.
There was a link. Where?
Amongst it. Yeah.
Yeah. I can't find it for the life
Stop
of me.
trying to find it. It's fine. Just tell me what you got out of it.
Yeah, and it's basically...
Stop it.
Expanse.
Stop looking. Seriously.
No, I knew this.
You can do this part later.
Anyways, so
Yes.
there's like essentially a placeholder site,
Right.
and it has nothing on it,
Okay.
nothing except for a spinning like little GIF,
Okay.
and so there's a very limited number of options of what they could do.
Yeah. Since there's already an official Expanse website, and there's also already an official Expanse is now on Amazon website and all of that. So why are they getting this other website ready? Is what you're saying?
Bingo, as well as
And why
Right.
are the writers linking to it? And why are the okay?
yeah, because it's like they're trying to pump it up.
Yeah.
I can only imagine what it's going to be. I'm hoping it's like sort of the backstory,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Of course.
They're
There's no way to
already
know for sure
writing
until.
season 4, but I think that 13 episodes or 14 episodes of TV
Yeah.
is considerably more work and effort than, say,
No,
An
a TV
hour.
movies consider well, it'd be an hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. TV movies are considerably easier to produce. That's absolutely right.
yes.
And less expensive, and honestly, if there's no space battles, not that considerably less expensive. I don't know
Well,
how many
that's
space
just it.
battles there are.
Because of the novellas I've read,
Very few space battles.
no space battles, not even one.
There you go.
So
Yeah,
I was
Fred
like-
Johnson blew up a station, but that wasn't a space battle.
but that was also
although they-
already covered in the show.
Yeah, they already covered that in the show, so they're not going to do a video about that. But more Amos is all we're asking for.
Yes, because there's Holden, They could do Butcher of Anderson Station, but that'd be like
It would be weird because they already covered that on the show extensively. Yeah.
it'd be like 15 minutes
Yeah.
because
Well, no,
it's
but I
not.
mean, fundamentally, they already showed there were people starving. He wasn't getting told, and he blew up the station.
Well, there's a section with him. He was actually recruited by Anderson Dawes.
So, but yeah, but we even heard all about. No, we heard all about that.
Yeah.
About them finding him, drunk and washed up.
Well,
And
yeah, he was
recruiting him
trying
to
to
the
dare
OPA
them to
cause.
kill him,
Yeah.
and no, they grab him, they torture him, and
They realize he's better off on our side because of the what do you call it, the political win it gets us to have the Butcher of Anderson Station on our side.
yeah,
And it did. It was a huge win for them. Like the PR value of that alone, right?
exactly. So
Sad about the lack of Anderson Dawes, but I understand why he's not on the show anymore, just given where the focus of the show has shifted to, but still sad. He's so wonderful.
oh, you don't worry, we'll be seeing plenty of him.
I love that actor so much. I think he's so good on the show, So I can't wait for him to be back. That'll be nice.
Yeah, so I personally think it's going into novella territory, specifically Amos's, because Amos, his mysterious backstory.
Would they, and as you're saying, would they have brought it up in this half season if they weren't going to answer that question later?
We've seen it brought up in every season, but it's been brought up repeatedly in this one.
Yeah, this year they've made a big deal about Amos's backstory. And, but there's always been hints. But this is the first time a character has just full-on talked about where Amos is from, about the crime boss, about New Baltimore. So,
Oh, okay. Sorry, refresh my memory. What exactly have they said? Oh,
all
no.
of they have said, they went back, he explained how he got into space, which was a lie, and they said that there was a crime boss of the same name in New Baltimore, and he's like, oh, it's a pretty common name, I guess. That is what we know.
I will spoil this for you.
Yeah.
What he said was not a lie.
Oh, okay.
So
All
he
right.
did, in fact, get into the apprentice program in order to leave Baltimore.
All right.
Amos always tells the truth,
Okay.
but he's
All right.
he's very much like Garrick in that sense, where he'll tell you the truth. Does
But
it have to
there'll
be the whole truth?
It will never be the whole truth.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, Garrick. You really are our favorite. One of the best characters a show has ever done.
Definitely.
Oh, he really is. All right, so to recap, this is the strongest season ender yet in a show that only has had strong season enders.
Yeah.
Every year they outdo themselves, and this one is the best one yet. It's the kind of season ender where, and this is what I love about it, and this is what only, like, more sci-fi than anything else, where it's a season ender that you love the characters and you're going to be back for the characters, but you have no idea what's happening next. The show does not give you any concrete clues about what the show plans to do next, and that's what makes it so impressive.
Yes.
Like,
I can't recommend buying the books enough,
Yeah.
especially the novellas, because I know everyone's so curious about Amos's backstory.
Well, Amos is the
Frankie
best.
has a book,
Okay.
but it's not quite about her.
All right.
It is interesting. What else? I'm trying to think who else. There's you just killed me somehow.
What?
I don't
You're
know.
dead?
I did.
We walked through the doorway at the same time, and you
Yep.
died, but you didn't do that thing where you explode into body parts. You just
small.
stopped existing.
Small favors, I guess.
Yeah, thank heavens. All right, so the Frankie, the Amos novella, obviously. Anderson Station, like you said, is a very quick read.
Yep.
If you want to see the backstory of that, and you recommend all of the novels wholeheartedly.
Yes. They are all quite good. The only downside to it is
I keep forgetting that only you can carry the full containers without everything flying out because of server-side physics simulation.
Yep.
Yeah, I keep forgetting.
But yeah, I can't recommend it enough. I did want to bring up something.
Oh, hit me.
We are getting a better idea of Counterpart Season 2.
Oh, have there been more casting announcements, or?
There's been 2 more casting announcements.
Okay.
And I believe we recently got a date of early 2019 for the
Makes
next
sense.
season. Yeah.
Makes sense. Like, so February, March, just like this season?
Yep.
Okay. Hey,
Um,
they're not making us wait like those, jerks at Rick and Morty, for example.
That's just because they need to sober up Dan Harmon for...
Yeah, that is the big issue. You're right.
Have you
him
seen
sober.
Harmontown?
I have seen Harmontown. He's a guy with problems.
He has a lot of problems.
He's a guy with a lot of problems. But anyway, so yeah, they're not going to make us wait. They're doing it with a regular show. They've done more casting announcements, you're saying?
Yep, and they've also been Emmy nominated.
Well, no,
Quill's wife.
How does he not win the Emmy? Quill's wife getting an Emmy nomination for supporting, I assume?
Supporting actress.
Yeah, I could see giving her that. I could see her earning that one quite heartily. But I assume J.K. Simmons was nominated.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, and I don't know how he loses that. Weirdly, the only person I could say deserves it more than he does?
All right.
Bill Hader, but Bill Hader's for some reason in the comedy section.
For Barry?
Yeah, for Barry.
I've watched a couple episodes of Barry. I quite enjoy it, and I would like to bring it up on the show.
I think we should talk, when you've seen the whole season, let's just do an episode that's just talking about Barry.
Okay, I can deal with that.
Because I can't remember the last time I have been as blown away by discovering what an actor can do as I have been with Bill Hader on Barry.
Yeah.
But you know what? We're going to save the discussion of that until you've seen the rest of Barry.
You don't want to do it episode by episode?
No, I figure we'll do the first half. I've already seen the whole thing, so I already know. So
Well,
I
that's what
figured
happened
we'd
with
do
Counterpart.
That's... No, we watched Counterpart together.
Somewhat.
No, but I mean,
I was
the
already
new
like
ones
3 or 4 episodes
before
in.
I started watching the first 3 or 4 episodes. Yeah, but no, what I'm saying, Barry's, it's only half an hour. So I figure, like The Tick, we'll do 1 episode of the first half of the season and 1 episode of the second half of the season.
That's good. Also, we're getting more Tick, so that's phenomenal.
Well, yeah, but we've always known we were getting, like, they weren't gonna, they announced, by the way, this is what blew me away, and I've referenced this like 3 times here on the show, but it's true, how amazed I was, that they announced the second season of The Tick, what, like 12 hours after the second half of season 1 went up?
No,
Like,
it was...
They didn't wait at all.
Yeah.
Or was
I
it
think
right before it went up or right after?
It was
went
at
up?
the mid-season cliffhanger.
Oh, they announced the second season right after the mid-season cliffhanger?
Yeah.
I thought it was after the episodes went up. Oh my god, so that's even better.
Yeah.
That's confidence. When, again, if ever a show was going to be confident, it was after it was The Tick.
Yeah.
And hey, now that Jean-Pierre Mao isn't on Expanse anymore, we can watch him on The Tick. We can find out what's going on with him there.
Yeah, we got that to look forward to.
We got that beautiful twists and surprises to do. So yeah, lots of good shows for us to be covering coming up. We're going to hit a real dead zone after we talk Barry later this month. Because next week is 7 through 9 of Travelers. Week after that is going to be the season ender of Season 2 of Travelers. And then we should talk Barry, because Barry is amazing. Like, it really is amazing. Although I don't know why it's called I think it's only called a comedy because people don't understand the concept of calling a 20-minute show a drama.
No, I think it's because it's one of those shows where you have to find humor in the situation or you're going to shoot yourself.
Well, it's the bleakest television show. Like, I don't know that I've ever seen a television show this bleak.
Yeah.
That being said, and we're going to talk about him more. What's the bald guy's name?
Oh, it's the dude from Banshee.
Yeah, the guy with alopecia from Banshee and Gotham.
Yeah.
Is one of the funniest performances I've seen in years. He is a laugh riot every second he's on screen. He's just a miracle worker. But you know what? We can talk about that when we're talking Barry in a couple of weeks. But yeah, so next week is going to be is going to be Travelers 207 to 209. Sorry we didn't talk about it this week, but we had a lot of Expanse to discuss.
Yep.
Oh, did we ever? Such a good show. And again, as always, we're going to recommend that. For my own stuff, check out stuff, the Hidden Object Guru channel. Famous short story, The Lady and the Tiger. I solved it. Turns out people didn't know it was a mystery. It was a mystery. I solved it. And check that out at vargelon.com. The Lady or the Tiger, not The Lady and the Tiger. So you can check that out. It's slightly controversial, but hopefully students of the future will be able to use my solution when they're writing about it in their high school essays. So, my gift to the future.
Yep.
My stupid gift to the future. Anything you want to recommend to people?
Besides the Expanse novellas, not off the top of my head, no.
Okay, cool. Well, you have been pretty busy lately.
Yes.
All right, so thanks for joining us on this journey. I've been the Hidden Object Guru.
I've been the Gun Wrangler.
We will see you back here for more, but until then, au revoir.